Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Do please like and subscribe. Easy peasy down there. Just click it and whatever you have. It helps, really helps. Yeah, today I'm going to talk about a prison disturbance that is ongoing as I speak. So I believe it's in a place called HMP GLENNOCHIL in Clackmannanshire, run by the Scottish Prison Service, and the inmates out there are protesting that they are spending too much time behind their cell doors. So they're staging a protest. Now, GLENNOCHIL has been open since they started as a detention centre, but it now holds six. It's got currently the population is 668, according to what I've managed to research. And the Scottish Prison Service are saying that they are managing the situation, despite the fact that the inmates are protesting, refusing to go back to the cells, all the usual stuff. We had something like the Scrubs. It was a particularly hot summer's day in the year of 1976. That was a record-breaking heat wave, and believe me, it was hot. And the inmates decided on C Wing at the Scrubs that they weren't going back to their cells because it was too hot, and basically they just stayed on the yard. That's what they said. So they had a sit down on the yard. What we did then, don't forget we're going back a little while. We went out, we got a team of us and went out and started snatching them one at a time. And we had some empty cells on the ones that were adjoining the exercise yard. So whilst the inmates couldn't exactly see what was taking place, when we uplifted the prisoners one at a time, we dragged them in and put them into the empty cells, where they received the usual welcome, clothes removed and locked behind the doors. We got to do about 3 or 4 of these, and of course inmates on the yard could hear what was going on inside. I didn't see any inmates injured, but they were treated quite roughly, shall we say. But we had a situation there where we got like 300 prisoners sat down on the yard, and there was only about 40 staff on at the time. So what do you do? What would you do? Well, what we did was snatch them one at a time, and then they got fed up with hearing the banging, the screaming, the shouting, and the cursing, and the screaming for mercy kind of nonsense that usually goes on in these situations. And they decided to come in then. So that's how we solved it at the Scrubs. It's a while ago now, but they're not doing that now. They're managing the situation according to the Scottish Prison Service, and that's HMP GLENNOCHIL. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But the issue is, these days, that people are being locked in the cells without any activities and left in there for 23 up to 23 hours a day, behind the doors in the cell. Yeah. Now, I'm in my office here. I've got a jukebox, I've got record player, radios, all the rest of it, computers. I tell you, I wouldn't like to be locked in here with all this and all the facilities at my disposal. I wouldn't like to be locked in 23 hours a day. It would gradually have an effect. It's certainly having an effect on the inmates at HMP GLENNOCHIL, because they've decided they've had enough. The issue with this is, of course, you get copycats, and it may very well be that this kind of disruption is repeated in various other establishments, where the inmates, and in my personal opinion, quite rightly, are complaining that they are being mistreated and it is a damn insult to the inmates to lock them in a prison cell, most likely with a complete stranger, because it's overcrowded, exceeding its allocation is HMP GLENNOCHIL. It's certified for 670, I believe, and it's got 688 or something like that inmates in at the moment. So it's beyond its capacity, its certified capacity, and that is obviously putting a strain on the staff and on the actual infrastructure of the system. So yes, they're definitely protesting in Scotland. And where will it end? It's only just started on the 2nd of November. So this protest has been going on for a little while. And I'll update you when I hear any more. But the fear I have is that, like many others, as with the Strangeways riot, we saw in 1990, we saw that being repeated throughout the prison system. There were numerous other jails where inmates decided that they'd had enough and would destroy the premises. Right, so that's today's little tale from the jail. Run for the hills, it's John gonna sing. Well, you and I both know that it ain't quite singing, is it? But one more time for the song dinger. That's it. If you're still around now, you've been warned. Everything that's happening now, you deserve it. And if you really enjoy it, if you really enjoy these songs and this singing, I'll be waiting on the sick parade. See you tomorrow morning. This is It Was a Very Good Year, originally performed by Frank Sinatra. Now utterly destroyed by me, John G. Sutton. Don't forget to leave your comments, insults, whatever you want. Leave them down there. Read my book. You get a link down there. It's on Amazon. HMP Manchester Prison Officer. This is It Was a Very Good Year. When I was 17, it was a very good year. It was a very good year for small town girls and soft summer nights. We'd hide from the lights on the village green. When I was 17, when I was 21, it was a very good year. It was a very good year for city girls who lived up the stair with all that perfumed hair, and it came undone when I was 21. When I was 35, oh, it was a very good year. It was a very good year for blue-blooded girls of independent means. We'd ride in limousines, their chauffeurs would drive. When I was 35. But now the days are short. I'm in the autumn of the year, and now I think of my life as vintage wine, from the fine old kegs to the brim, to the dregs. It poured sweet and clear. Yeah, it was a very good year. Tales from the Jails.